these properties?
No.
Are we just speculating that someday we want to tear them down if we get this grant money? Is that the idea here?
Go ahead.
The ordinance officer has been trying to locate owners of these particular properties. One is a dangerous property. We've had police reports that kids have broken into the home. It's down in the, down by the creek. It's been abandoned, it's open. So that one he's been trying, there's no known owner, there's no known address to mailing. It's just basically abandoned.
Down by the creek, that's supposed to be Clarence Trent that owns that. That was
Yeah,
Max
that one would be
Alston's
Max Alston's, right.
old property. His nephew, Clarence Trent, is my understanding, owns that property.
That's not even listed as ownership. There's no listed ownership on that anymore. It stopped paying taxes on it. So these have all had, they're tax delinquent, they're abandoned, they've been occupied. The one on, that was 22nd Lincoln.
Yes.
The one on 78 Fountain, the mailing address for that is another property. It's listed in the city of Pittsburgh. It's also listed by the city of Pittsburgh as condemned and abandoned. So there's no good address on that one. For that ownership, that's tax delinquent. So Dave Morgan, the ordinance officer, has researched these. He's attempted to notify and try to find the owners and try to provide notices, and there's just no one to contact.
I want to answer that question more, if I may. I don't think any of those three yet have been assigned to my office, but the practice in the borough has been, and it's what I advocate, that you don't tear down a private citizen's property absent a court order. There are provisions in the borough code and in property maintenance codes that grant to a municipality the right, in the event of a condemned or uninhabitable structure that's blighted and a non-responsive property owner's failure to address it, will allow the borough to come in and tear down the structure and lien the property.
That is their plan to do
But-
that through you.
Correct.
Now to get on
You're
next
getting the
year's
grant first,
CDBG,
correct.
they want to identify the three properties.
So what normally happens is that they get sent to our office and we pursue a legal course of action, basically saying that fining and notifying and citing the property owners has not resulted in any response by the property owner. Either the code enforcement official or the engineer provides some documentation that the structure is uninhabitable, dilapidated, in imminent risk of collapsing. And with that as a basis, you're usually able to pursue successfully a court order that allows you to tear it down and then lien the property for the cost of the removal. Then we usually enter into an agreement pursuant to the grant that to the extent the property owner should ever be paid, that you may have the obligation to repay it, or you're at least as a municipality getting the contractor to protect the state from anybody suing them related to the demolition of it. But there's a whole process that's in place. You hear all of this now about this land banking, but this is a process that we've used and it's worked through the years, and it's worked here successfully.
Can you tell how many we've done so far through this process?
I can't tell you how many
Not the
we've done,
actual
but I
grant,
know
but
that we
for your
have
office.
6 of them right now, and I know there were 3 probably that were successfully done in the past 2 years. I think it was 3.
We did 3 last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did 3 last year, so we've been following this, and I'm afraid there's dozens that actually meet the qualifications.
There's over 60.
Yeah, we're going through and identifying the worst of the bunch. So it's there's still a lot to do. And we've been getting the grant money, so this hasn't been coming out of our own budget. We've been getting the money and leading the property as you described. So this is not something that we're paying out of pocket for.
Well, I understand. I just, this is the first time I've seen anything about these properties. I mean, it's just the first time I've seen anything. And you talk about grant money and the demolitions. You made it much clearer. I understand now. Thank you.
Now, if the properties aren't dilapidated, but they're kind of the same ignored properties, you have the ability to try to, through Jordan, initiate a tax sale, especially if the taxes don't exceed the value of the property. Or there may very well be an interested person who would front the cost to Jordan. They have a process where they call it an interested person tax sale, where if somebody will front, I think it's $5,000 they're usually interested in receiving. Jordan will initiate a tax sale on behalf of the taxing entities, and sometimes they'll take it to a free and clear sale, where it'll be sold free and clear. But they will require the purchaser to place a minimum bid on it, something that they think is acceptable. So those situations apply, like I said, when the structure is capable of being renovated or salvaged.
Okay.
All right, any
Thank
other thank you. No, hearing no more discussion on this, let's take a roll call vote.
Mr. Amendola?
Yes.
Ms. Amendola?
Yes.
Mr. O'Brien?
Yes.
Mr. Phillips?
Yes.
Mrs. Weitzel?
Yes.
Mr. Hayes?
Yes. I'll entertain a motion to prepare an RFP for curbside garbage and recycle collection contract renewal.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion?
If it's my understanding, this curbside means that garbage would no longer be collected in the alleys, but on the front curb.
It's all curbside, even if it's on Front Street.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking at all of the alleys at this point, the same ones that were listed in the last contract. There may be some alleys included, but the curbside includes them all. And what we'll probably do is bid it in several different alternatives to see what the pricing is based on the number of alleys that are included and, you know, a couple of different ways.
Oh, okay, so we're not at that point yet.
No, and
Okay.
actually, the only correction I want to make to the motion is it's not really a contract renewal. This would be a whole new contract. So it's not a renewal of the existing contract, it's an RFP for a new contract.
I'll withdraw my second. Does that mean that we're not interested in our current garbage?
No, there'll still be bidders on it.
It's
but
just a
it's just
grammatical problem with
yeah,
the way the
it's-
motion was stated.
I just don't want it to look like you're intending to renew.
Okay, so I'll withdraw
Because it
my
has to go
second.
out there.
All right.
for bid.
So I'll entertain a motion to, I'll entertain a motion to prepare an RFP for curbside garbage and recycle collection contract.
So moved. Second.
All right. Let's take a roll call vote, please.
Ms. Amendola?
Yes.
Mr. O'Brien?
Yes.
Mr. Phillips?
Yes.
Ms. Weitzel?
Yes.
Mr. Amendola?
Yes.
Mr. Hayes?
Yes. I'll entertain a motion to approve the 2015 budget meeting schedule, public inspection, and adoption dates.
So moved. Second.
I don't think we'll have any discussion on this since we already talked about it. We agreed on the Mondays that we talked. Let's have a roll call vote, please.
Mr. O'Brien?
Yes.
Mr. Phillips?
Yes.
Ms. Weitzel?
Yes.
Mr. Amendola?
Yes.
Ms. Amendola?
Yes.
Mr. Hayes?
Yes. I'll entertain a motion to approve the rock salt contract with Cargill Incorporated in accordance with the Shaycog Joint Purchasing Bid Award at a price of $79.29 per ton through the initial term ending on June 30th, 2015, with an option to extend the contract for a period of up to 3 additional option years until June 30th, 2018, and authorize the proper borough official to execute the required documents.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, roll call vote.
Mr. Phillips?
Yes.
Ms. Weitzel?
Yes.
Mr. Amendola?
Yes.
Ms. Amendola?
Yes.
Mr. O'Brien?
Yes.
Mr. Hayes?
Yes. I'll entertain a motion to approve Gateway Engineers work authorization request for the 13 Union Avenue demolition project for an amount not to exceed $5,000.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, roll call vote, please.
Ms. Weitzel?
Yes.
Mr. Amendola?
Yes.
Ms. Amendola?
Yes.
Mr. O'Brien?
Yes.
Mr. Phillips?
Yes.
Mr. Hayes?
Yes. I'll entertain a motion to approve payment to Shaycog for the joint O&M Point Repair Year 3 project in the amount of $5,610.12 as recommended by Gateway Engineers.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion on this motion? Hearing no discussion, roll call vote.
Mr. Amendola?
Yes.
Ms. Amendola?
Yes.
Mr. O'Brien?
Yes.
Mr. Phillips?
Yes.
Ms. Weitzel?
Yes.
Mr. Hayes?
Yes. I'll entertain a motion to approve payment number 1 in the amount of $240,000, $240,706.32 to T.A. Robinson Asphalt Paving Incorporated for the 2014 road paving project.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
Can we just state for the public what that is going towards?
Yeah, if I'm not, Rick, the 240,000, that's payment number one. Can you say, is that which road that is, or is it the combination of the 3 roads?
Yeah, it's quantity based, so it's a combination of all the paving. And it's not complete, but I would think that that's a large part of the total budget.
And that was Woodlawn and Craft Boulevard.
Yes.
Okay. Is there, how many more payments will there be after that? I mean, that does seem to be like the lion's share.
There should probably be another final payment.
Yeah, just 5% retained, it's just being without.
Okay, all right, so that's the majority. Any other discussion?
Were we doing anything more with the speed bumps on that road? Or we just gonna have those go on?
I don't think there's
That
any,
was
they've been
it.
painted, right, Rob?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that completes it.
Okay.
Roll call vote, please.
Ms. Amendola?
Yes.
Mr. O'Brien?
Yes.
Mr. Phillips?
Yes.
Ms. Whitesell?
Yes.
Mr. Amendola?
Yes.
Mr. Hagan?
Yes. I'll entertain a motion to approve the Doggy Paddle fundraiser event to be held at Crafton Pool on Saturday, September 6, 2014, sponsored by the Pool Together Committee.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion on this item?
Yeah, how much is it per dog? And that starts at?
11:30. 11:30 to 2.
I think that's AM to 2 PM.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
It's like-
Yeah, you said that.
That's a nice swim. That's a long swim.
It was well attended last year.
11:30.
One press shot tree.
Do we
Roll
do
call.
anything for that, to rescue the needs for the dog to get out?
Yeah, I think we're working on changing a dashboard into a ramp.
We don't want any captions.
Do we have to supply lifeguards for that?
Yeah, actually we are.
We do.
Poor dog last year. Serious trouble down there.
All right, this is a
Not all dogs
good,
know they can
this is a
swim.
good event. This is. Roll call vote, please.
Mr. O'Brien?
Yes.
Mr. Phillips?
Yes.
Ms. Whitesell?
Yes.
Mr. Amendola?
Yes.
Ms. Amendola?
Yes.
Mr. Hagan?
Yes. All right, we're not gonna do motions for the 2 stop signs, right? But we will do a motion for the video cameras. Can you quickly kind of, what's the wording? Can you write the motion, or, and I'll ask for the entertainment? We need the dollar figure, right? on the motion?
Not to exceed 25.8, or you want to go up to 26?
I'll give you the relevant information. So it's police video cameras in the cars, replacement for 3 cars. Oh, here we go. I'm not gonna just read this.
How many are you purchasing?
3 new high definition mobile digital recorders from WatchGuard.
High definition, what you calling it?
Mobile digital recorders from WatchGuard. What's the amount on 2?
Hold on one second, I want to add something.
Oh, this one right here?
That's with the roof.
State, CoStar program.
Thanks, Kathy.
And budget. What's the budgeted line item amount?
It's actually wants to use 3 different line
You can just do
Give me the total. Yeah, what's the total?
25,850.
All right, Debbie Grass, I'll let you see if this sounds good. It would be, I move to purchase 3 new high-definition mobile digital recorders from WatchGuard through the state CoStars program, as set forth in the borough budget for 2014, in an amount not to exceed $25,850. Someone says so moved. So moved. Work. We need a
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Any further discussion on this?
do we sell the old ones or turn them into the company, or what do we do with those?
If there's any value to them, I'm sure the chief will find out if they're saleable to somebody, which we've done in the past with old night bars and stuff was sold.
Okay, that'd be cool.
And they can sell the two that are working, you know, to another department. He'll find out, he'll put it out there.
Okay.
Any other discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Phillips?
Yes.
Ms. Weitzel?
I'm abstaining because I don't have any information on this purchase. I think it's a good idea, but no information provided to council.
Mr. Amendola?
Yes.
Ms. Amendola?
Yes.
Mr. O'Brien?
Yes.
Mr. Hagan?
Yes. Motion carries. All right, that concludes the business agenda. We have now additional citizen comments.
I'll say something. Hi.
Your name and address, please, 3 minutes.
Marissa Mendoza, Birch 1231 in West Steuben. Know about the stop sign. So one of the other things I just wanted to check, so it's only the tree that's the site clearance. It's not the angle where like when you pull out, you're looking behind you to see oncoming traffic. That's not an issue.
McCormick and Crampton Boulevard, it was, I believe, with pine trees and bushes.
Okay, because it's just this funky angle where you're looking
Yeah.
behind you, almost like in your blind spot, not with that, like, you know, not including the tree. The second thing is now that you guys recognize that it's a danger, I was wondering, in the meantime, is there any measure, temporary stop signs we can put up? Because I almost got nailed coming to council tonight. And it was nice that there was a Crafton cop that pulled the guy over and gave him a ticket. It was a red truck. But there is like an ongoing like, oh crap, there's an intersection there that cars are hitting the brakes and then we're almost getting hit. So like, there's not an actual crash count, but that's, I think, because of our defensive driving. But just, is there anything now that you guys know that it is an imminent danger?
No, that's it. You can look at it.
Okay, thank
Okay,
you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Is there an intersection sign up there that warns people that they're coming up to an intersection? Can we do something like that?
And the problem becomes is if you do any type of traffic control device and it's not authorized through a properly adopted ordinance, I can drive right through it and ignore it and I can't enforce it. So then you're not allowed, quite frankly, under the vehicle code and the U.S. Department manual to just unilaterally decide, oh, just put a temporary stop sign there. Who cares if I don't have an ordinance? It'll create a safety issue. It may not. Some people may perceive it to create a dangerous issue because it doesn't meet the warrants for a traffic device. So that's what you really have to watch. The easiest thing to do is deal with the property owner who has the private property. I think you protect yourself that way as a borough and you start the process.
And that's what we said.
Somebody will
That's
have.
what we said today.
Yeah.
The ordinance officer is going to be looking at it tomorrow. Is there any additional citizen comments? Please state your name and address.
Hi, my name is Phil Plavasser. I live at 401 Clearview Avenue. I just wanted to say thank you to Mayor Bloom for following up for the residents that live on Harris and the rest of the neighborhood on Clearview. We appreciate the engineer's evaluation, and I wanted to let you know that I did bring a monitor, and I'm willing to share the videos that my neighbors were emailing me last week while I was out of town of basically the drainage issue of the drains that were installed in the middle of Harris and at the bottom of Harris appear not to be as efficient as desired. So with the street on Harris, if you're not aware, the brick street is dipping towards the middle. There's no crown. Hopefully through the evaluation, Gateway can come up with a game plan for the borough to address it, because we spent quite a bit of taxpayer dollars on getting this in, and I think the intention for everybody in this room was that this program would be an effective way of capturing that water. And through these videos you can see that they're not very effective, so we'll see what type of resolution. We just appreciate the dialogue and that the mayor, the president, the council continue to carry forth this dialogue, because it is important that we try to manage this water, because at the end of the street it just seems as if the water's flowing down, especially these deluges. On our own sites at my work we had 6 inches of water in northeastern Pennsylvania. It overwhelmed our sites. And with our newly vegetated slope there at the bottom of Clearview, we would obviously like to see, the water stay in the street. And majority of the water did stay in the street, but there was some splash, we call it splash, and it went over the curb just because there was so much water. But hopefully we can make our new catch basins and storm drain inlets more effective if we address some of the issues on here. So thank you, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Can I ask a question? Where does Harris fall on our prioritized list of roads?
I think brick streets were held out on the pavement management program because they're just a different animal to deal with, so I don't think it's even ranked or listed for repairs in your pavement management program.
You sure?
Yeah, I mean, there was it was held out separately because they're so expensive to reconstruct. You don't always have to reconstruct them, but in most cases, or in some cases, the roads are reconstructed so that the bricks can be put back in. So I'm not sure, but I don't think that one is even on the 5-year program.
Thank you. Any additional citizens' comments? No? I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Meeting is adjourned.